Rosie, I'm going to make my Korean chicken salad. It's got lots of Korean flavours and it's going to be a warm salad. You could, of course, let it cool down and then it'll be a cold salad, but I like the idea of a warm salad. It all sort of throws together nicely.
It feels more wholesome, doesn't it, a warm salad, I think?
Exactly, yeah. And when you look at it, it's kind of like a stir fry, but because we put a dressing with it, it's a salad. You like that?
So you're making your own stuff up again, aren't you?
Well, but just...
Own rules, Richo's rules.
Well, you're going mad. I'm going to go crazy. So we'll put it together. Now, we've got a little jug here. I've got some mirin, some ginger, some garlic and some light soy. I want you to put it together with some extra virgin olive oil and salt and pepper and make a nice dressing. There's a little whisk here, which I know is the tiniest whisk in the entire world.
That's cute,
like
isn't
that?
it? Yeah, if I was a whisk, I'd be that. Just cute and adorable.
I mugged a 5-year-old kid to get you that.
Yeah.
Now, while you're doing that, Rosie, I've got a chicken breast skin off and I'll slice it nice and thin because I'm going to make it a sort of marinade. This is the chicken that goes all the way through the dish. Slice it nice and thin like that, and then it cooks really quickly, but also takes up the marinade or the flavours I'm using in the marinade really, really easily.
Yeah, lovely.
And these are like little strips, OK? Now, once you've got that done, Rosie, I'm going to put the sweet potato noodles in.
Sweet potato noodles.
They're fantastic. They love being cooked. They also call them glass noodles, and they're fantastic and easy to cook. So into the boiling water they go. Just throw them in like that and make sure you put a nice amount of salt in there. Give that a bit of a stir around.
So it's a noodle salad?
Exactly, a noodle salad with chicken. You thought it was just going to be chicken, didn't you?
Well, I thought you were actually making me a stir-fry, but it turns out I think you are making me a salad, which is great.
Well, exactly. Well, what I could do is just stir-fry the chicken and we could just eat that. But we're going to marinate this chicken up, and I'll just grab this little marinade here. This is gochujang, which is a Korean type of spice. It's made with rice and fermented chilies. It is fantastic. Really delicious and really, really flavoursome. And to that, I'll add some garlic. I'll microplant some garlic on there. You can get some coriander, a little bit of coriander in there, and some spring onion. And I'll give that a bit of a tap like that, and we'll have some garlic in there, which will give it some flavour. And then some salt and pepper. Now, if you're looking for something to do, I can get you to mix this around for me, Rosie. What do you think of that?
I didn't actually say anything, but yeah, if you want to keep me busy.
You can keep busy by mixing it around, and with that, I'll add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil as well, just to help lubricate it as it goes around. Garlic, gochujang, olive oil, salt and pepper, and then I'll just get you... Here we go, stirring that around till the gochujang becomes nice and pasty in there. You like that?
Yep.
Now, I'm going to cut this tofu up into nothing too complicated. We'll do it into little tiny squares because that will also cook nice and quickly, just like the chicken. How's that chicken coming together?
Yeah, great.
Little tiny squares like this. So it's almost a vegetarian dish at the same time as being a meat dish as well and a Korean dish.
I love that when you add tofu, you think it's going to turn into a vegetarian dish, but it's sometimes, you know, when the meat is in there, it's no longer vegetarian, my friend.
Vegetarians love tofu, so how can they not love this dish? It's going to be perfect for them. Now, these are shiitake mushrooms that I've got nice and fresh. They're cut into little tiny pieces. We've got the dressing made. I reckon we're almost ready to throw this into the pan here and get it cooking. What do you think, Rosie?
We are ready, my friend.
I've got my pan on nice and hot here. I'll turn that up. Give my noodles a bit of a stir around. You can see when you put them in, they become glass noodles. And this is the reason, because they can actually disappear. Crazy, isn't it?
Love it.
So mad, crazy, transparent noodles, disappearing noodles. What a great little dish. In goes some olive oil, and that will make the pan nice and hot. I'll throw my mushrooms in here. And then while that's sizzling around, I'll grab the chicken and we'll throw this in at the same time. Listen to that sizzle. Now, it sounds fantastic. And why not, while we're here, we'll throw in our tofu and get it all mixing together nicely. A little extra salt goes in there, Rosie, a little extra pepper, and we'll just toss this around for a couple of minutes until the chicken fries and the mushrooms become nice and tender, and those little bits of tofu are cooked all the way through. What a delicious dish you're making.
Loving it so far.
You love it, don't you?
Yeah.
Of course so. What do you think of that colour?
That colour's wonderful, isn't it?
The gochujang goes all the way through it. It's great with barbecued meats and vegetables as well, which is perfect. Now, we're going to put this together. Rosie, I've got some kimchi there. If you can slice it nice and fine for me, just throw it out onto the board.
Absolutely.
And while you're doing that, I've got some spring onions and some coriander. And I just put it all together on the board and give it a chop. Rough is OK?
This is going to have flavour, isn't it?
There's going to be a lot of flavour going on here.
Yeah, a lot of flavour.
Now, turn that off, and what I like to do is throw all the green stuff, all the cold stuff into the bowl. So I throw the hot stuff on top of it, and it sort of wilts it down nicely as well. Throw that on there like that. Spinach on there, baby spinach. You can use frozen cooked spinach if you want. Some sesame seed on there. Kimchi on there, Rosie.
On there.
On we go. And then with the chicken, the mushrooms and the tofu, I put them straight on top here like that.
Yes.
And you can see as soon as I put them on, they really wilt down. How's that smell?
It's delicious. So lovely.
And then with a little bit of a whisk, we'll pour on some of this dressing over the top here, just half of it. And the dressing will heat up and sort of steam everything and get all the flavour in there. Rosie, we've got those ingredients we're going to throw on here.
Yep.
A little bit of the deep fried shallot, so it mixes in there. Some of that chilli can go on there as well.
Alrighty.
And then some of the, that's it, black sesame seeds. And then
some white sesame.
load it all on there. And then we come straight over to the noodles here. And they really, you can see why they're glass noodles. I'll take them straight out. Normally they would cut them up with scissors, but I'm just going to throw them straight on here like this and let them flop on there. Now, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Take your time. It's wonderful to watch.
It's great, isn't it?
That's lovely. Really nice.
They're a type of noodle I really, really love using. They're great to use and their kids love them. Something different and really easy to cook.
The rest of the dressing on there. All that lovely soy sauce. You want to make sure that you get it with no MSG, and we want it to be gluten-free as well, which it comes now, which is
More
brilliant.
of those ingredients here, the chilli, the sesame seeds, pop that on there as well, Rosie. Put the rest of it on there, and that seasons up the noodles as it comes together. Move all this stuff out of the way here so we can mix it around.
You've loaded it, haven't you?
I have.
Woohoo!
You reckon you're the only crazy one. Now, that bowl over there, if you can bring that over to me, Rosie, as I mix this around, and you can see the heat starts to soften up that spinach and it starts to come together beautifully. And then a nice, pretty bowl. We pick that up like that. The noodles go down the bottom, and then the rest of it goes on top there. Look at that, the glassy noodles.
The noodles are on the top at first, but then they end up on the bottom doing this. That's a good little technique, that.
Now, I've got a fork over there, Rosie. If you can pass me one of those forks, I'm going to have a little taste of that one. You know, it's really nice when you serve it warm like this. You could cool it down, but I reckon warm is the way to go.
Warm with a little cold Korean beer. I can see you just relaxing. Perfect.
Two.
Love it.